Hello, my marvellous sausages. Now, if you're finding these legend lost sectors a bit difficult, I'm working my way through a number of guides to help you through, and this one is going to be about the concealed void lost sector, which is on Europa. You can find it here in Asterian Abyss. Now, this is one of the shorter lost sectors I found. They're not as in-depth or as hard as the ones on the moon. None of the ones in Europa are, so this is a pretty good one to try and get your drops. Now, I ran it 4 times with my Warlock, and then I didn't get any exotic drops at all, which was a bit of a bummer, I don't mind telling you. But then I changed characters straight after and continued to run it with my Titan just to see, and I got the Curious what's it called? Curious of the Falling Star, that's the one that basically buffs Thunder Crash so you become a big boss killer. So I was delighted. I've yet to take that for a spin. So just to set expectations, you're probably not going to get a drop by running it once or twice. With me, on average, I've got to be honest, it's taken about 6 times. Shut it, telephone, I'm talking! Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you the modifiers on this particular lost sector. So we've got the Arachno, which means that the Fallen Vandals spawn a web mine at their feet, which is incredibly annoying. Then also we've got the Fallen Champions, now we've got Barrier and Overload, and that's where we need to make sure we've got the correct anti-champion mod stuck in. Although, of course, I'm going to be going over my build very shortly. And then we've got the standard legend modifiers, locked loadout, so you can't change anything. I hate that. Match game, which means that you've got to match your element to the enemy's shield to kind of make any sort of dent on them. And they've also got extra shields as well, which is lovely, isn't it? Yes. Then we've got Memory of a Frozen Conundrum. Incoming arc and aerial damage increased. So not damage going out, damage coming in. For damage going out, we've got Isolated Flames, plus 50% solar damage dealt and received, and then we've also got limited revives as well. So quite a concoction there again, but your standard legend lost sector malarkey. Right, so I'll have a quick look at the build then and see what we've got. Now then, for my champions, I've gone for the Overload Bow and I've gone for the Anti-Barrier Scout Rifle. Now the reason why I've gone for the Overload Bow is because I can use Tiku's Divination to deal out death to those really annoying fallen captains, because the burn also adds to the paralyzing effect. So it's quite easy to take them down using this. You'll see now when we go in. It's a brilliant one. Plus, of course, it's solar, and we've got a solar burn there as well. So that's pretty cool there. Now, what I've also gone for here as well is the Anti-Barrier Scout Rifle, and I'm using my Night Watch. This is perfectly fine for taking out the shields because you've got barrier servitors in this. And the Scout Rifle, you want a bit of range because you're always fighting over chasms with Vex Milk at the bottom so you can't stand in. So a Scout Rifle is a good choice for that. Now, if you have a look at my helmet here, we've got bow targeting, because of course I'm using a bow, but I'm also going to do some charged with lightage round here because I want to boost the power of my rocket launcher so I can hit harder. So I'm doing taking charge, which means that whenever you pick up an orb, you become charged with light. And of course I'm using a masterworked bow as well, so that means I've got an increased chance of orbs to drop, which is very, very handy. Now I've also gone for stacks on stacks as well. Now this means that you can have an extra charge with light for every stack that you gain, so you get 2 stacks for 1 and so on. That's pretty handy to have. And then also I've gone for rocket launcher reserves because I'm using my rocket launcher quite a bit, and I've gone for shield break charge as well. That's another way to become charged with light by matching their shields with my destructive capabilities. Now there's quite a lot of solar shields here, and there's void shields as well, which we'll be matching with our Tiku's Divination and our Royal Entry, which is a void, because there's normal servitors in there and they've all got void shields like idiots. Now for subclass, I've gone for Sunbreaker because I wanted to create sunspots, which are handy burns to have, because of course we've got the solar burn on this. And then with that in mind, I've gone for my Phoenix Cradles, which makes the Sun Warrior last twice as long. Now looking at the mods I've stuck on my Phoenix Cradle, I've got one for bonus reserves for the rocket launcher, but I've also got my Argent Ordnance, which makes my rocket launcher more powerful, and it consumes a stack with light. You get the Godslayer Warheads, which increases damage at about 30%, so it's really handy for taking things down. And then finally, for extra charge with lightness, I've got this here, which is called Charge Up, and it gives you an one additional charge of light stack, so you can hold 3 at once, which comes very handy. Oh, I'd like to point out as well that I just completed my Tiku's Divination Catalyst, and that really does help. There's some cracking damage being passed out on that, but even if you got just the normal Tiku's Divination, don't worry, you'll do incredibly well. And like I said, for my rocket launcher, I've got the Royal Entry. Because it's void, so that's going to match with the Servitor's shields in there. Plus, it's got a lock on, which is very handy, fire and forget. It doesn't travel too fast, the rocket itself, so I have had instances where they just jump out of the way quite a bit. But I like the fire and forget capability of this doodah. Right, so let's have a tiny little walkthrough. Now, this one doesn't take as long. Some of the lost sectors can take really quite a long time, and you do go past the 15-minute barrier. But I did this one reasonably quickly, if I recall. I only did it a couple of hours ago, and already I've forgotten. I'm an old man. Well, anyway, here we go. You can see we've got an overload captain pretty much straight away. So you want to get into the shooting cadence with your bow. So do a hip fire, and then do a zoom in, and then a hip fire, and then a zoom in, and of course a grenade to finish them off. Doesn't take too long. It's nice and easy with this damage boist. You can see those causality arrows there. That's the catalyst working. And I'm also now, I've got 3 times charged with light, which means that I can use my Godslayer rockets whenever I want to because I'm packing. But thinking about it, it might have been better for me to also put on a protective charge with light mod, like Protective Light, which gives you 50% damage reduction once you've lost your shields, because I'm not using my charge with light that much. Here we go, we can see the rocket launcher now is charged, and there we go, it's so slow, look, it missed the bloody git bag. They don't teleport all the time, but they do teleport quite a lot. But one rocket, look, over half health gone, then the shield is popped, scout rifle out, and then finish him off with the rocket launcher in the face. Goodbye. And there's also a captain just as you come in here who's incredibly annoying, and he's got arc shields, which is a bit of a pain because I don't have an arc weapon in my build, but one of the rocket launchers sorts him out nice and sharpish. This room here is full of also shanks and dregs, so once you've killed the barrier servitor and you've killed the captain, it's just a matter of mopping them all up. And remember, we said that incoming arc damage is doubled as well, and you can see the dregs showing the throwing the grenades there, which are the ones can give you quite a headache, so you do have to be careful about the incoming damage. Okay, so we're going to be going just around the outside here. We've got a massive heavy shank to deal with, who's nothing with the bow. Look, a couple of shots, and he's toast. But what we've got up here, we've got a Vandal standing just in front of the shielded doorway, and then we've got an Overload Captain down here. Now, he can be an enormous pain in the backside because he hides right next to that piece of cover if you jump too far over onto that platform there on the right. But if you shoot him from this platform at the back, he's always in view, because if you try and shoot him from here, he hides behind that bit there, and it's very difficult to get him, so there's something to keep in mind. Okay, this next bit you're going to be charged by 4 dregs, so I tend to use a grenade to sort them all out, and a sunspot will take out any extra bits as well, but 2 of them hitting you together is enough to kill you. And you can see I've got 6 revives here because of course I've killed champions as I've been going. So there we go, there's the dregs. Now this next section, we've got another Overload Captain at the back, but we've also got these exploding shanks. Now they come in 2 waves, so you've killed that first lot there, and you've had a chain reaction once blowing one of those up, and we can see the captain up the back there. But the problem is, of course, that if he teleports, his health is going to go back up. Now what I should be doing really is jumping over here first of all, because you see he's hidden now, I can't do anything about it. And once you come over here, the second wave of shanks turns up. So just be careful when you jump over that you don't get taken out by that wave of shanks. See? Gits. And you can see as well the Overload Captain is now fully charged. So what you really want to do is take out all the shanks first before you concentrate on this Overload Captain. Here we go, not too bad at all. Ooh, look at them, they're powerful, you see those Godslayer rockets. And one shot from the scout and he's down. We've got some nice heavy ammo to pick up here, and now we're on to the final encounter. Not too bad at all. 4 minutes 13 seconds. This is the fastest I've ever done it. So what we've got in here, we've got just standard servitors. We don't have any more champions, and we've also got a large fallen captain boss as well. Now you can see I'm hanging about at the back end of the room here because it's quite handy to dive in to get some cover if you need to, just to stay at this area here. I've got my supercharge, so I've got in for the kill straight away. I know this isn't going to completely take him out, but you're going to be taking down his health quite a bit. And also there's one of the servitors. That's the first one that turns up. There's also a second one that turns up after this one. And sure, this is where I mean where you can sort of take a bit of respite if you want to. If you're getting a bit sweaty, you can run and catch your breath, maybe put a well down or wait for your health to grow back up. Anyway, that's the first servitor down there. He's down to half health, so we're not doing too bad at all. Ooh, lovely, lovely damage on this Tiku's Divination with the Catalyst. It is a lot better. Here we go. I'm actually using my Godslayer rockets now. Careful. See, you can... See, gotta wait for your health to go back up, otherwise it's dreadful. There we go, another one to the face there. Not much longer now. What time have we got? 5 minutes, 30 something. Hey, that's not bad, is it? I'm quite impressed. Okay, and there is the second servitor that I was telling you about as well, just coming in at the back. So this can be quite a pitched fight sometimes, and if you don't get the right loadout, you can find yourself taking forever to kill everybody. And of course, don't forget, being a lost sector, when you do kill the boss, like he's just gone there, the enemies don't just disappear. The complete wave has to come out, so you're going to have to make sure you kill everybody first before you go skipping hoppity-hop up to the chest at the end. So definitely one of the easier lost sectors, and I hope you found my hints and tips to be of some use. And if you do like the channel, a like and subscribe would be absolutely marvellous. And if you're feeling incredibly generous, I've got a buy me a coffee page as well if you want to sling me a couple of quid so I can buy some sandals or something. I don't know, it's bloody freezing in Wales, don't know what I'm on about. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all again very soon. Sausage out. See, sod all again.